Oh, today is finally the day. If you've not read that title and wondering, Paul, why are you in the car? This isn't your office. Where's the hobbying? Well, we're on the way to the hobbying because we're going to play our first ever game of Warhammer 40k today, and I am so unbelievably excited. So I've got two friends who play regularly on the weekend. Every Sunday they play like a little 1v1 game, and they were like, Paul, you've got a list now. Come and join us. So I'm on my way to theirs now. It's 8 a.m. and it's a bit of a drive, to be fair. It's a bit of a 2-hour drive, but man, I'm happy to do it to finally put my models on the board. But yeah, I'm on my way to theirs. It's going to be me, my two friends who play regularly, and another friend who, like me, doesn't really know the rules, doesn't really know how to play. He's going to borrow some models, and we're going to have like a really fun 2v2 game, and I cannot wait. I've packed everything up. I put all of my black Templars in a big plastic tub. I've packed away some dice, a tape measure. I've even got my tablet that's got an app called, I think it's ListForge. So I've written out like on my list all of my models. It's got all the stats and the rules that I need. And yeah, I can't wait. I've even actually I've even brought with me just some little Christmas chocolates because it's December tomorrow, and I thought, yeah, well, we're having a big day together. We'll bring some little chocolatey treats with me as well. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So yeah, like I said, it's going to be a 2v2 game today, and I think the main objective, as well as having fun, because obviously it's just going to be a blast, is me and my mates just chilling, like having a laugh with all our models and me playing my first game. But I also really want to learn the rules properly. Like, I understand what the rules are. I kind of like I've read some stuff and watched some videos. I know there's like the phases, like moving and shooting. I know models have like stats, like you can move their movement, how many inches. They've got like toughness, AP, attacks, stuff like that. I understand the rules, but it's one thing like reading a book and then like also learning the flow of the game. Like, okay, this matters with this, the stages of like, okay, I need to know this stat first, then this stat, then how this stat lines up with this in combat, and like what things are relevant at what phases of the game, basically. And getting the flow. Because I always watch videos and people are like, oh, I'll shoot your guys, and mine's like, attack 4, AP's 2, 2 up save, and I'm like, I don't know what any of that means. So I'm keen to learn that so that eventually, when stores around me are like, oh, we're going to have like a Warhammer day, like a tournament where you pay some money, enter, and there might be some prizes, I feel comfortable enough to be like, yeah, I can rock up to that and just play off my own back. So yeah, really, really keen to learn the rules today, but also just have a laugh with my mates. Because yeah, it's going to be like a 2v2 game with like 4 different factions, and we're all just going to be having a laugh. So I'm unbelievably excited. I can't wait. So yeah, let's finish up this drive, this journey, and then we can finally start putting some models on the table and rolling some dice. And here we are, finally at the battlefield. I can't believe we actually made it. All the terrain laid out, all the objective markers, and here they are, the boys in black, all lined up, ready just to jump on the battlefield and get stuck into war. Yeah, and also my friend's 1k Tau army just lined up, ready to go. So yeah, just started off with the deployment phase. I had no idea what I was doing, so I just chucked everything behind cover, try and keep them all safe, hidden away, maybe get stuck in a little bit later. But yeah, you can see the other guys have got like lots of tanks and long range, and I was like, I'll just kind of play it safe and keep hidden. But no, turn 1 was pretty basic and simple. Similarly, just kind of move things out slowly, kind of keep it safe behind cover, maybe make some angles. One thing I didn't realise is my detachment. I just forgot completely. There was loads of stuff I forgot. I forgot I could choose to advance and shoot. So like if I knew that, then first turn maybe I would have done some advancing and shooting, because on the second turn, right here is exactly where I remembered or like learned, oh wow, I can advance and charge at some point. And so when I learnt that, I just saw red. It's like, look at this, they're already halfway out in the battlefield. We're measuring up like distances. So I was like, oh, if I roll like an advance of like 3 inches, something like average, how do I need to charge? And yeah, I just saw red. I was like, well, that's it. We were going in. So I moved all of literally like a squad of Crusaders, another squad of Crusaders. I think the Bladeguard Veterans are stuck in there somewhere. I was just like, yeah, the one thing I really wanted to do in this game, and I wasn't really like paying attention to objectives because I just wanted to like kind of get stuck in my models, like get a feel of how they fight. You know, like what's it like to roll the dice, like do some damage, kill some units, just like the fun core bits like that. So I wasn't really paying too much attention to like objectives and stuff, which is why like yeah, you can see I'm just moving all of my units one at a time across the battlefield. Like behind that wall there, you can see I'm moving them into like a squad of like Plague Marines or something. There's some like infantry dudes around the side. But yeah, just getting stuck in, absolutely loved it, and it's just so good. Yeah, now that we're finally stuck in, we got to get to the meat of the game, the fun part. We got to throw dice around and roll all sorts and do loads of damage. But one thing I didn't realise is that after you get in a melee fight, your opponent gets to like slap you back. So while I took out a whole bunch of Marines and a bunch of models, here we go, like loads of my Crusader boys died, like absolutely tons of them, the poor dudes. But that wasn't the end of it. They had the Impulsor and the Intercessors like leaning back, and then the Sword Brothers and the Marshal got to jump out and get stuck into some Bulgrins, and this is what I was so excited for, because you had to look at all these dice just thrown around. They had so many attacks, doing so much damage. Oh my god, it was glorious. This is my favourite part, just throwing the dice, like being in a casino essentially, just rolling high numbers, hoping for the best, and like seeing how much damage you can do. It was absolutely great. But yeah, they took out a few of them, but then kind of got stuck in, like kind of got like bunged up with those guys for a while. So maybe objectively it wasn't the best, but it was the most fun, just to like, yeah, get like all those Sword Brothers stuck in and just throw like hundreds of dice around. And yeah, after all that scrapping, that fighting, all that was left at the end was just a handful of models for each of us. I think, yeah, I've got like 2 Sword Bros, the Impulsor, and 1 or 2 units, and yeah, it was so sparse, we're just scrapping over the last couple of objective points. And I think at the end we were pretty neck and neck going into like turn 5. And I think, yeah, I think we managed to eke it out by literally like 1 or 2 points. Like one objective was different or something, and yeah, we managed to get the win by just like a couple points. So all in all, it was a big success, and yeah, it was so much fun. Oh, there we go, fresh out the game. Yeah, I've only just left, so I don't actually know how much footage I got. I was trying to make sure to not get like my friends' faces and stuff in it too much, and trying to just get like some random B-roll of like action and like dice rolling. Plus, like, it's the first time I've ever played, so I don't know what like the cool stuff to capture is. So I don't know what the footage is like, but the game itself was a blast. Oh my god, it was so much fun. But yeah, first impressions, I guess, because I really wanted to do this fresh out the game. So I've got like my first impressions fresh in my mind. I know what I'm thinking about and how I'm feeling, and I'm feeling like burnt out. Oh my god, my mind is like gone. There is so much to remember in a game of Warhammer. Like, I think it was exacerbated by the fact that we were playing 2v2, so it was 2 1,000 point armies of different factions against 2 1,000 other points. It was Black Templar for me, Tau for my friend who I was teaming up with, against Astra Militarum and Death Guard. So it was like 4 different factions, and trying to remember all the rules and interactions, the doctrines and the combat, the CP stuff that you use. Like trying to do all of that for 4 different factions was like, oh my god, it was a lot. To the point where I forgot about so much, like so many things I didn't like know about, and things I knew about but would forget, and that would have like changed how I made plays and whatnot. But like, all in all, it was fun. It was so much fun, and it was so cool to like live out all these stories and these models and like get them into like actions and scenes and situations where like, oh my god, it was incredible. Like making up like living these like scenarios. Like I had these like Crusaders that were like charging into some Death Guard, just like get stuck in and kill them to make way for like other units to go through. And like having that story play out, but also like the tactics of if I do this, it opens up the way for like points and whatnot. Oh, it was so much fun. There's so many like story points as I'm thinking back of like key moments, not just for like the aspect of like the strategy in the game, but just the stories, man. Like the best part, it was so funny. I had the Emperor's Champion like cut across the field to go and kill like I think it was a Veteran Plague Lord. Like he just sent it, like he advanced and charged, because that was one of my like doctrines from my stratagem. I think I got to do. I could like, my units could advance and charge. So he just went like 20 odd inches across the board, straight into a Veteran Plague Lord, cut him down in one attack, and then consolidated into some Astra Militarum, like Cadians, I think it was, like Cadians or Krieg. And then it was their turn, and then he had another squad of like the like Cadians or Krieg, or the other one I can't remember. They scooped round. So there was this point where like this Emperor's Champion was just surrounded like some kind of pop star in the crowd of like just like 30 or 40 infantry just like swarming him in the middle. And then what was even better was because he's already quite a tall model and he's on like a base, like I put him on some rocks and elevated him up, he was like towering over all of these tiny little like units. Oh my, it was so funny. Yeah, like 30 of these tiny little infantry all circling around this like risen up Emperor's Champion, and he was just like fighting them all off. It was incredible. And then like the cherry on top was like he took loads and loads of damage. He had like 1 wound remaining, and it was like the last attack from the enemy, and it was like 1 saving throw, and it was like, oh, if it's a 3-up he lives, and if it's less like he dies. And yeah, I think like I rolled like a 2, like 1 below, and like fell to all of his infantry. like stuff like that, like the story elements of it is so good. I absolutely love it. It was so much fun. I'm so excited to like play more, not just like to enjoy the game more, but to learn it. Because I do think, like as I mentioned, going into this, my main goal was to learn the game, like learn what's important, the flow of the game, what matters, and I definitely feel like I've got a much better grasp on it. I understand what stats matter at what point. I understand the flow of combat. There's still a lot of things I don't get fully, like to the top of my head, like when it's like AP -2 against your save +1 or something. It's, you know, like measuring up like the toughness to the saves to the AP to find out what you're rolling to save against damage for and stuff like that. I don't know off the top of my head. Like, cause I know like if you're higher, it's like 3+ or something, or if you match it, it's like 4+, or if you double it, it's 2+, and stuff like that. So learning that, it's just gonna be like routine. Like the more and more I play the game, the more I drill into it. I do think doing maybe a one-on-one game, like 1K versus 1K, would definitely help with that, because I can focus more on the learning and stuff like that rather than just like the memes and the having fun of like all of these units like clashing and whatnot. Not that I didn't enjoy that aspect of like, yeah, just the memes and the fun, like that was great. But I've really enjoyed that, and I'm keen to go again to learn all the idiosyncrasies of all the little interactions and the numbers and whatnot. So yeah, the story was great, the interactions and the actual gameplay was fun. One thing, I guess again, it was probably exaggerated by the fact we had 4 little 1,000 point forces all interacting, was it is a long game. Like it's 6:30 now, I just left. Got there at 10, so like, it was hours of like moving units, shooting. There's a lot of like, especially if you have a tank or something I found that's got like loads of weapons, there's a lot of like, he's gonna shoot this, roll, 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 okay, he's taking 2 wounds. Next weapon, like rolling loads of dice. It's quite like a slow game. Like it's good, I like that, it's quite cool, because there's a lot of thinking, a lot of interacting, a lot of planning ahead, remembering a lot of stuff. But it's just like, it's a lot longer and a lot slower than I thought it was gonna be. Yeah. But I imagine, again, that'll probably pick up once I get like a big flow. You know, like I know, like, okay, I know the numbers, I know the toughness off the top of my head, I don't have to like check, what's the toughness here, what's the AP? I imagine if I play the same units into the same armies a few times, I'll know like, this unit's this AP or this toughness or whatnot. So that'd be good. But yeah, so I'm super keen to get some more like games under my belt to get more comfortable with the army, learn some more things, and just more stories. And like when I mentioned it in my last video about having the fully painted army and having each individual squad be personal to me in videos, that was like again so good with the game, because like I had a situation where I had some Crusader Squad, 2 Crusader Squads, and I wanted to like advance and charge them into some units just to get stuck in and fight. And I was like, one of these squads that I'm going to advance and charge into is going to absolutely decimate my guys, and one of them is probably going to put up a good fight. And I was like, I will send the older squad that aren't painted as well into the Suicide Squad, because I was like, these guys are probably going to die, and it's not going to be like, they're not going to live, they're going to die, and it's like, I'd rather that the not as good ones die. So I sent them in on the suicide mission, and I was like, the ones that look a little bit better. And then vice versa, it was like, and yeah, having models that I absolutely love, like the Execrator is one of my favourite models, and it's one of the best looking models I think I've painted. So I was doing a lot to like keep him alive and like get him stuck in and really let him shine, because I was like, it's one of my favourite looking models. So yeah, definitely having that personal attachment to the models, for me, I loved it. It made the game even better. It was so good. So yeah, going from here, definitely want to get some more games in my belt. One thing I mentioned is I wanted to feel comfortable enough to go to a store and play without my friends, because then that way I can get a lot more reps in, I can play a lot more, I feel like I get more chances to play. So I definitely feel more comfortable to do that now. Like I think if there like a store around here was like, we're doing a 1,000 point tournament, I feel like, yeah, Joe, I feel comfortable enough to rock up and like play, and like I kind of get the basics. So yeah, overall today, big success. 10 out of 10. I'm so glad I went, and yeah, no downsides. Like literally, it was incredible, so much fun. I'm keen to get stuck in again. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'm not sure what the state of this video is even going to be. Like I said, a lot of it's been ad hoc, filming on the go, B-roll, all sorts. So yeah, hope you enjoyed whatever this video turned out to be, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and tune in next time. Bye.